All right, listen, there's a measurement in long-term meditators that does not exist in anyone else. It is a permanent shift in the default mode network, the network that runs the voice in your head, the small self, the narrator, you know what I mean, right? And here is what is really wild about it. The shift is not temporary. It is not state only, it is structural. And it has been peer reviewed and it has been replicated. So if you have been spending like 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or a week on a path, and you have ever wondered if the work is changing you structurally at the substrate level, the answer is actually yes. We have the brain scans to prove it. All right, let me tell you about the paper released in 2011 in PNAS, the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science, one of the most prestigious general science journals on the planet. I tell you, this is big. There was a neuroscientist called Judson Brewer, and he published a study that quietly settled a question advanced meditators had been asking for decades. What he did is he took long-term meditators, people with thousands of hours of practice, and he compared them to closely matched controls. He did not compare them while they were meditating. He compared them at rest, at their everyday baseline, at the moment they were doing nothing, just nothing. And what he found is this: the long-term meditators had measurably suppressed activity in the default mode network, the brain network that generates the running narrative of the self, at rest. Not during practice, at the moment they were doing nothing, just being. Okay, let me say this one more time, because the implication is huge, massive, to be precise. The meditators had not just trained themselves to access the deep state during practice, they had rewired the entire baseline. The small self that everyone else has running 24/7, they had quieted it down structurally, measurably, visibly in the fMRI machine. So you can really see it, you can measure it. Wow, right? I have to ask the question honestly, how many of us who have been on this path for a very long time have actually rewired the baseline? All of us? None? Just a couple? And how many of us are still touching the death in practice and watching it fade by lunchtime? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Notice where this sits in your body right now, just feel it. Because this is the question that matters, that really matters, that changes everything. Not whether the death is real, because it is. We know, right? The science says it's real. It's a fact. Not whether the rewiring is possible. That's also a fact. The science says it is possible. The question is, what separates the meditators whose baseline shifted from the meditators whose baseline did not? Because most of us have not had this measurement done to our brains, right? And most of us have been honestly assuming that more sittings, more retreats, more hours would slowly cause the shift. Did it? And for some it does. And for others, for many of us, it feels like it doesn't. Why is that? So, here's what I have come to terms and to understand. The death alone does not rewire. The death has to be integrated through a specific window the nervous system opens after a deep state. That window, neuroscientists call it the memory reconsolidation window, by the way, closes within hours. So if you do not use it, the default mode network reorganizes right back to its baseline. And the death stays as a visit, not as a residency. It's not permanent, but it can be. This is not a flaw in any practice. It is just a missing mechanism that now the science has finally mapped out for us, clearly, in the last 5 years. And it changed everything about what you know on how to redesign yourself, your inner architecture, for the work that you are doing forward from this moment on. What sits underneath all of this, what we sometimes call our personality, your personal reality, your operating signature, 3 names for the same architecture. That layer that shifts when the integration window is actually used. And we can use it. You can use it. So let's do it. Because when it shifts, the depth you have been touching alone in practice for years, the mystical, the connection with the divine, the thing where you feel, this is actually changing my life. It becomes the layer from where you live from right now. Not visit, live from. I have spent the last decade building a method around exactly this mechanism. And for the last year, I narrowed it down to something very special. I call it the belief systems methodology. It is 4 phases anchored in this window that science calls the reconsolidation memory window, the default mode network research, and the field coherence work that is just now hitting peer review in quantum physics and neuroscience everywhere. And there's a webinar that I'm running, a Zoom live, regularly. So check the link in the description, where I walk you through exactly that. The science, the practice, everything, full blown in real time. I only do this live. There are no replays of this. So check the link below and be there so we can do it together. If you have spent years on the path and you have felt the gap between the death you sample and the death you live, this is for you. This is where you need to be. And there is more. So here's what I want you to leave you with from this session. The science has finally caught up to what has been touching you all along. The brain can rewire, the baseline can shift, and the mystical can become the everyday. Wouldn't that be amazing? And it's not faith. Yes, you need belief, but it's measurable. And you can get there. And that is what I want to leave you with here and now. All of this is real. And you can do it every day. And the work that gets you there is real. It is structured, it is measurable, and it is available now and is backed by peer-reviewed science. So we're living in an amazing time where we actually know that these mystical experiences are not just happening in our head. They're real and they're changing us forever. So let's walk this path together, shall we?